Alright, so this is my third time doing this. I'm gonna try and make it good. Alright, so this is a speech transcript from the 1 minute clip of a student doing a presentation for a device that she created called Not Who You Want to Be. She is trying to convince the listener to buy the item by, advertising it in a sense. Alright, so let's get into it. And I'm gonna read out the sections and then read out the rhetorical analysis as they go. So the first section of writing. So it's 2 weeks from prom and you don't have a date. What are you gonna do? Or maybe you have a job interview for that dream job and you really want to win that employee over, but how do you make sure they'll like you? So in this section of writing, the speaker is trying to grab the attention of the listener. She presents hypothetical real life examples of troubling scenarios that may be relatable to the individual, like prom for a teenager or job interview for a young adult trying to get a career started. Um, all these scenarios can be solved by her device, and that's what makes it useful to her argument is that she's presenting scenarios and problems that seem like problematic to the listener, but can be easily solved by her device. Okay, next section of writing in the green. Well, there's actually a very simple solution, and it's called not who you want to be. Not who you want to be turns you almost instantly into someone else, into who someone else wants you to be. All right, in this section of writing, she gets straight to the point and presents her device and what it does very directly. She doesn't hesitate and she goes straight to it. Doing this gives her argument a sense of structure, as she is portrayed as to the point and aware of her next step in the process. So basically, doing this makes her seem ready, seem more prepared for this presentation, and overall just more intelligent and gives her device some credibility. All right, in the red here, for those last minute date fiascos, important job interviews, awkward meets with the family, you name it. So she does the same thing that she did in the first section. She gives more scenarios and situations that can be solved by her product. Presenting more of these gives her item versatility that wasn't there before. Because she gave us some scenarios, that's cool, but adding on to that kind of just gives it like an all-around more potential to what it can do that the reader or listener might not have been aware of. All right, in the last section of writing, in the purple. Now, some say you should always be who you are, but take it from me, this product can come in handy in a multitude of situations. All you have to do to ace that interview, have the family fall in love with you, or get the date is simply program the name of the person you're trying to impress into the machine and how long you'll be with them, and out pops a pill, and within 20 minutes you'll be their favorite person in the world. This pill carefully works to install a mental filter for those boys who seem to lack one. Alright, in this section of writing, she does have kind of a run-on sentence, um, but most readers will overlook or listeners will overlook that since they're not really looking for punctuation in a verbal speech. So she starts by closing on her argument and giving more solvable scenarios, and then explaining in simple terms how to solve or how to use the device to solve those problems. And she uses simple terms throughout the entirety of this argument, not just in this section. And she's doing this on purpose. She's doing this to give the reader a chance to understand it better, and allow them to become more invested in its purpose and what it can do. Because a reader's or a listener's not going to listen to an argument and if they don't understand it, just keep listening and with their mouths wide open, not being able to understand anything. They want something they can understand, something they can become invested in, and something they can, like in the future, use successfully. So yeah, that's pretty much it. After this section of writing, she goes on to give even more solvable scenarios, and yeah, we're just focusing on this section of writing, but she does do that a lot, and that's very useful in her argument. All right.